if it's Friday, you know you're watching The Trend. We're kind of late, fashionably so, at that. So it's been a very long journey between moving from those small panels to where I'm seated today. So for that reason, trophy please. Thank you. I would like to thank Larry for believing in me. First of all, Mungu ni mso, so I'd like to thank him as well. I'd like to thank my family, I'd like to thank my friends, I'd like to thank my fans at Capital FM. It's such a big moment, and I'd like to thank you who's watching. You may clap now.
Okay.
Yeah, Anita! Who do I have in studios? I thought guys are even screaming at home.
Anita's inauguration.
Thank you. It's my inauguration as well, thanks. Lakini Larry anarudi next week, so musifurahi sana. So now, I want to introduce to you an amazing panel of heavyweights. And we're going to start with heavyweight of the major cause of blackouts at NTV studios, weighing no more than 50 to 100 pounds, Eddie Butita.
Yeah, okay. Sawa. Yeah, kazi kidogo hivi ushapata kiburi. Sasa ukikuwa CEO wa Nation Center hapa hii.
Okay, then of course the panelist with the most hysterical reactions on hate speech against Butita, our heavyweight champion, who told me she weighs anything between 120 pounds to 100 pounds. Cindy Ogana.
I went to the gym today, so let's say between 115 and 157.
All right, and then the guy who's been killing us on Instagram. He is the heavyweight champion of salt, constantly adding salt to injury. We have with us Seth Gore.
Hi guys.
Do you have a speech? Do you have a speech?
No, I don't
He's
have a
wearing a
speech.
jacket.
Relax,
My
man.
jacket leo.
Viatu zangu hatari kubwa zaidi.
Mwanzo umefanya poa kukama. At least sasa hata wataanza
You're probably
kusema
the-
ndo black.
Butita,
Unajua?
I'm lighter than you. I'm lighter than you.
Nimeteseka hapa. Nipo
No, by
umekaa.
the way, this is such a
Wait.
dark panel. Anita.
I officially hand over the black powers.
Anita,
No,
please.
this
Seth
is to
God.
dilute all the whiteness in Trump's inauguration. Let me just say.
Speaking of which, now that a celebrity has made it to president, our local ones are also on track. Frasha is running for MCA.
What do you mean?
I mean what I've just said. Frasha is running for
Sio
MCA.
Athi River.
Our Athi River.
Frasha
You're
mgani?
kidding.
Huyu aniko na mapesa kwenye kibenje.
Sasa.
Wait, Frasha of Punit.
Yeah,
Yes.
Huyu
Listen, if Trump could do it, why can't Frasha?
No, the problem is one. Trump ni celebrity. Alikuwa anafanya apprentice, si ndio?
Yes.
Kuna vitu alikuwa anasema you are fired, zinaweza tumika hata za president. Lakini vitu Frasha alikuwa anasema
Frasha, Mimkare.
Unajipaka mafuta, unaparara.
Unapiga kura, ninakula.
So what do you have to say about this?
Me actually naweza pia Frasha vote yangu. Juu ni youth na at least anaelewa watu. Check, si ati mtu atakuja hapo once alafu amtaimona tena after elections.
Which was my take on it as well. I think it's okay if somebody does not have a political background runs for office, as long as they have good intentions in mind. And it's about time we want change as well.
Yes.
We got people who are not necessarily from a political background.
Yeah.
But does it mean that because you're a musician and you're famous, now you become an MCA? Seriously.
Kuna qualification yote mtu kwa MCA, kuna pale imeandikwa like unafaa kuwa na this political background or something to become an
Okay.
MCA.
You have to at least have a degree.
Yes,
Degree.
but a
Frasha is
bit
a
of
doctor.
interest
Daktari.
in
Sasa
civil
Frasha atenda-
service.
Fresh as a doctor.
ni
by
sawa,
profession,
lakini itabidi
You
pia
just come out of the woodwork and become an
Haya guys, one at a time, eh?
asavuase we
Nimekuwa hapa for
Wacha
5
kiburi.
minutes lakini tayari.
asavuase kama taibalance na mziki ni sawa. Tunajua pia field ya showbiz pia ni active sana. Same na kukuwa representative wase. That's why unaona Professor J sai Tanzania kidogo amekuwa break kwa mziki kidogo anafanya sometimes. So kama ataweza mix nipo hizi vitu
So you saying you
tunachanganya.
miss him as an artist? So
kama
you prefer
atamix.
he doesn't run as an MCA,
Yeah,
so he can dish out hits?
Hata pia tuko na politician wanatesa. Tusikie concert by MCA Frasha.
Yeah, true. Plus pia Frasha time yake in the music industry nikaa inaisha kiasi. Amekuwa there for some time, amekuwa there for some time, afa kuachia watu wengine wanakam aenda jaribu kitu kingine at least.
Watu wa nyao nyao.
What was the this guy for was it Yesuni Penyonyo? Those
Yes,
guys.
it's-
So those are the guys you want us to be left with.
Si watu kawa.
Huyo mse nipe nyonyo anafaa nini? Anafaa simame pia.
So you run MCA. Now those are the guys we should encourage. Keep them off the market.
My take is Boniface Mwangi, when he, announced that he wanted to be the MP of Sarahe, it made sense because there has been evidence that he is into making sure that the society is better and our country is moving forward. Frasha, I don't know what he has done.
Benefit of a doubt.
maybe
na-
benefit of the doubt.
Huyo msee
Because-
walipe nyonyo tusimweke.
Tulia.
Hata Milk Society vibaya.
Mtita
sana.
hata nini? Unajua hata Nairobi watu 125 are running for MCA.
125.
125.
Kuna seat ngapi?
Si ni moja tu.
Oh yeah,
Nairobi ni county ama
But
whatever.
they're speaking
no,
of
no,
it.
Chao.
it's different.
Nasema yani kuwa MCA ni haitaji
It
sidhani
doesn't
like
need a skill set.
haitaji skills. Uko vile Boniface Mwangi anasema atakuwa MP.
Yes.
Sasa hiyo
That needs a bit of a skill set.
at least sababu
But
MCA
inani, that's why wamekuwa na represent wrongly wengine. Inani dio skills. Ka fresh ako nazo ni poa.
Okay, but ultimately, you're all gonna get to make that decision at the ballot in August.
Yes.
Have you guys voted as registered? Have you voted as registered?
Yes.
Have you registered as voters? Yes?
Deborah North.
Mimi nilichukua kura
In the
hapo hivyo.
building.
Do you know the repercussions of not registering as a
Kariobangi
voter as of
nursery.
now?
Na vote hapo.
It's in the nursery that's above your house.
Hapo chini.
There's so much shade.
Juni high school.
I've become lighter than you because of all the shade.
What's the repercussions ziko?
Yes. So have you registered as a voter?
I'm planning to go.
Seriously.
Skia.
Okay, fine. Let me tell you what you stand to lose if you do not register as a voter. First of all, your conjugal rights will be denied.
Thank you.
Oh.
Yes.
Ndio maana kuna msee alinipigia saa 9 ya usiku. Niaje Butita unajua mali naweza register sai.
I'm sure he was unable to get to where he was trying to go though because there were no border services because you will not be carried by one unless you register as a voter.
We.
Hiyo ni rule mahali ama ni watu wamejitolea tu.
In Kisumu City.
But of course, where else was it gonna happen?
Where else?
That's
Omera
terrible.
kaukura bwana. Ginwasekao. I totally agree.
That's why I really like to tell people that you need to register as a voter because for you to elect the next leadership you need to register as a voter. Register as a voter.
I see what you did there and I love it. That's not all actually.
Elections kila mtu register.
Butita, it gets worse. For guys who go to church on Sunday, there will be no Holy Communion for you without your voter's card.
What?
Sau. But
What?
we must take Sau, please. Can we separate
No.
church and state?
However, IEBC did ask that there were people were not coerced or forced or blackmailed
Yes.
into having to get their voter registrations done, rather.
Yes.
But I think it's important that you do because there's no point of hashtagging when you're unhappy with the leaders when you
Exactly.
actually had a chance to elect the leaders that you want.
Actually, hiyo ndio the same situation America ilikuwa a while ago. Watu walikuwa wanazua wataki Trump.
No.
But wanazua through Twitter nikaa watu wana vote through Twitter.
Yeah.
Alafu siku elections ikifika kuna watu wana complain hawatokei kuvote. Yeah, hiyo ndio kitu inatuface sasa hata sisi hii generation yetu as millennials. Tunasema kila saa corruption but hatuko willing kwenda kuchukua voter
And
registry.
it's a very simple process.
It is.
Manze ilikuwa tuna
But-
vote. Usemange nilivote ndio maana na complain.
But there's a lot of voters apathy. People don't want to take the votes because they're like, there's nothing that's going to happen. And if you see the political scene, it's becoming more and more tribal. There's so much regional tension. They're like, I don't want to be part of this. So maybe that is something that the politicians need to address more than blackmailing people to vote. Because I can go and get my voter's card so that,
Alafu utaivote.
I can get booty at the end of the day. But I'm not going to vote because I don't think that my vote will count. So I think they need to address that.
Actually, there was something on social that was very interesting that said maybe during elections they should count candidate A's votes, candidate B's, and the number of people who did not vote, and consider that as part of the voice of the people.
Yes.
Such that the person who wins should probably win by like 65%.
Yeah.
Otherwise, then it'll mean people were not happy with the candidates who were fronted. So as a result, they need to get somebody else.
I like that. So it's like a remix of 50+1.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm.
Because they have to take into account the number of people who have not voted.
Who are registered
Because
as
it's
voters.
quote unquote like spoiled votes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sort of like spoiled votes. I like that.
Sasa unajua hiyo tena ni law tena kwanza kwa amend vitu. So kitu ina happen wase register. Hata kama unasikia leadership imekuchokesha, tumia hiyo vote kuchange.
Yes.
Hata sasa hii WhatsApp group. Madmin tujeni watu hawaja register. Mtu asikue kwa WhatsApp group na haja register as a voter.
I made a WhatsApp group with you. Just consider yourself removed.
I'm planning to go.
But that's another thing that we do as Kenyans. We're so
We
good at
always
procrastinating. It's ending on Valentine's Day. Now all of you men are going to go vote, or register as
On
voters
Valentine's
on
Day.
Valentine's
They're
Day.
doing that on purpose, Anita, so they don't
I
get
don't
us
care.
stuff.
I will, when I get to the office, I still expect to find my flowers waiting.
With a voter's card to
Wacha
boot.
kwanza tupatie inchi flowers ndio mpate. Let us go and register on 14th.
Now,
Whoever decided that registration ends on Valentine's Day was a dude.
okay.
Absolutely. Had to be a guy.
Alikuwa na nia mbaya.
Alikuwa na nia mbaya. Aliona tu hapa nimefanya stories za flowers and red dress.
So now, this is something really, really cute. How many of you watched Obama's farewell speech?
We did.
I know, right? It was so good. It was such a touching moment.
Ndio stima ilipotea hiyo day hata sikuona. But kuna msali
It's on YouTube.
Kuna msali alinitumia link nikaona YouTube.
Nunuanga bundles.
You know?
Kuna bundles za stima.
No, kuona on YouTube.
Oh, YouTube.
Yes.
Kwani uko na simu gani?
Ni simu niko nayo kani. Shida ni kitu inatumia.
So now
niliona kwa nilitumiwa link nikaona ilikuwa poa sana. It was emotional. Me na feel like Obama hata kusema goodbye kwa White House, mimi nadhani ni goodbye ya world. Juu amekuwa inspirational.
That's true.
Nimekuwa nasikia ma speech zake, ni mtu alikuwa ni orator, one of the best orators this world has ever had.
He was a great president.
Alikuwa president na alikuwa orator, alikuwa anajua
kuna siku tu nangoja kusikia yani politician wa Kenya akimake speech you feel uko moved. Yani hii ni situation yufanyika ngaba. Hata nilikuwa naambia best yangu George hapo before kuja hapo. Mtu ameingia kwa rally anasema kitu kai. Mimi na nyinyi ndio sisi ndio hao na nyinyi ndio sisi.
Guys are clapping and
like
wakitu wanasema kitu naweza move kumove tu mali umekaa
so game. Kuna kitu ya sense unasema si hata ile
wao wanajua sisi tunajua.
Siku Obama alikuwa anaingia president like 8 years ago.
Basi walilia.
Manze uko kwako hata ajui una exist but unasikia tu
nikawe
unaongeleshwa.
Manze Obama anachallega si poa sana.
He comes from Kogalo. Can I just add that fact?
Okay.
Now, let me ask you, in Kogalo, are all dads as close to their daughters as Obama was to his? Do you know his daughter cried?
Yes.
The entire speech. She was just crying and crying, and when Michelle did an interview a day later, she said the daughter was like, "Oh my God, Mom, the entire footage will show me crying the entire speech." She was just moved, and he said one of his greatest achievements in the White House was how he brought up his daughters.
And of course Michelle, and being an amazing first lady. And I loved that he lauded her and praised her in public. He was leaving and he could have gotten into politics and said, "Oh, we are getting into dark ages." He didn't throw shade.
Yeah, true.
He went straight into his family and he praised them for being there for him. And we have to cheer him on and his Kogalo spirit.
One of his daughters wasn't there. Did you guys notice?
Yes, she wasn't.
Because she had a final exam and the mom said, "It doesn't matter if it's your father's last
throw it down. I love Michelle. Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
And speaking of cool parents, how many of you have watched the Burale video?
The Burale video.
How dope was that?
Hiyo kitu ilikuwa awesome because Burale huyu kama mtu ako 190 something years old manze alikuwa na banjuka yani. Burale anakanga tu mzee alafu
ngoja tuone uzee yake.
Anakanga very
acha tuone uzee yake kwanza. Sawa.
Siko kwa kanale check. Ilibidi niokoke ndo niwashe jiko. Siko kwa kanaliti juu niko ridho. Ulimi bado ridhe, risasi zipo. Mistari bado kali na mizani zipo. Silabi simple kama A-E-I-O-U. Rudia mara twice A-E-I-O-U.
How? Absolutely. First of all, how many of you have even done that with your dads?
I do it with my son all the time.
Aww.
But Burale is a really cool guy. I mean, for all intents and purposes, you can't take away the fact that he's a really, really cool dad. And I like that it is a statement for all the, layabout dads who are not claiming their children all over the place. That this is what real dads do. It's nice. There's, every time that dads are in the media, it's always for all the wrong reasons. There was a group once, who remembers this group on Facebook for dads like...
Deadbeat
dads.
Ile ulifungua.
Admin number 2, Deadbeat Kenya.
That's good.
I mean, there was a Facebook page about deadbeat dads. So when you see something like this in the media, I think it's really cool. Well done, Burale.
Butita, wewe na watoto yako 7? When are you
Anita,
releasing a video?
Can you claim all of them?
Are you claiming them or what's happening?
In all the polling stations.
Waja Burale. Sawa.
Umepigia kura.
Waja Burale ni pastor.
Yes.
Wale amenipreach hapo usogres ni pastor mnoma sana. So ni poa. Pia hiyo wimbo na dance bazukizo ni gospel by the way kwa wale wasewajui. Ilibidi niokoke ndio niwashe jiko. It's a gospel song. So
you're starting making it.
Burale najua kona gas. So wimbo ya jiko sijuka ina apply. Lakini ni poa sana ukiwa hivyo na mtoi wako, at least kucreate hiyo bond ya maparo. Unajua watu wengine waligrow na ile ya unaogopa mzazi. Kuna watu wamegrow hivyo. Mimi kwetu unajua niligrow, nilikuwa close sana na maparo sana. So hiyo bond ni muhimu sana as a parent.
Seth, real quick.
Sikujua Burala kuna personalities guys. Nilikuwa najua tu yeye ni pastor by the way. So kuna hiyo video alafu yeye ni actor by the way.
Oh really? That's dope.
Kenyan movies till
he's an actor and he's also a great MC.
Manze siko najua ukimchecking na kantu mtu serious na hizo mandeu zake za white.
Alright, by the way,
Zake za white.
This guy has really gone on how old this guy is. I know, right?
He's not that old.
But wait, so about churches.
Yes.
So the atheists now want a public holiday. In fact, they started a page where they were asking to be funded.
Hapana.
You know what? Just give them what they want.
No,
seriously. Just give them what they want.
Unajua shida ni moja. Sio wana believe hakuna Mungu, si ndio?
Yes.
Mimi na believe kuna Mungu. Nikikopeshanga msee pesa ama nikisaidia msee apotee, mimi mwambiaga Mungu anakuona. So wase nani atawaona?
No. Think about it. If there are holidays, public holidays for religious purposes, why can't there be a public holiday just because?
Atheist bado haijakuwa recognized Kenya.
For whatever reason.
Religious purposes.
Yeah, for non-religious, like a bank holiday, like in the US.
Walikuwa kwa court, si ilikuwa thrown out kwa registered ama. So once hizo vitu labda zitakuja kufanyika.
It's still in court though.
Ndio look upon hizo vitu. Sasa sijui ndatumia.
Give them the holiday. They're complaining too much.
Hiyo holiday itakuwa
wapewe ndio watulie kidogo.
But you know what, right now you're all complaining that you don't want these guys to get that holiday, but come February 17th, when it's a public holiday, the way guys will leave work on the 16th and somehow get home at 2 a.m.
the whole weekend
and they're like,
the 8th.
you know? So don't complain now.
Give them a holiday.
There's no holiday in February apart from Valentine's Day, which doesn't really count as a holiday for you guys.
Kesi yao iishe kama watakuwa registered wa table demand zao, lakini sasa bado kuna court case. Kuna court case. Wacha tungoje iishe. Atheists lakini hapo kwa kuchangiwa bro.
I know. Tunachangia MCA wetu.
No, but so what I think is the same way in churches as Christians we all changa for each other. So as atheists they should all changa for each other.
Wachangiana.
But we give pesa?
No, there's no GoFundMe for atheists, sorry.
Okay,
we
guys.
give our tithe.
All right, so this is the last story of the day. It was just such a humiliating moment and we're still hoping that she'll have some sort of comeback to this. So STL did an interview last week. I like how everybody's gone, So now, during the interview, she mentioned that at the age of 14, she used to do rap battles with Mr. Exhibit, X to the Z Exhibit. Alikanwa Twitter.
Aki, you know, there's some things you see, you read, you hear, you want to go under the bed, you know, under the bed bag.
Do you think it's because the part where she talked about the battle, she even switched to Kiswahili. So was it that she was assuming if he heard about it, he wouldn't get it? But you see now, the station tweeted him.
Yes.
And then he was like, wait, when did this happen? Where was I?
Who is she?
Where was I?
In which millennium?
Let's play the bite, you see this.
I don't know if you guys know about this rapper called Exhibit. I don't know. You know about him, yeah? Now, you know about it. Sasa nilikuwa na battle na yeye. When I was 14 years old, I stepped up to him. I told him, let's battle, you know.
The one time in life you really wish that the ground could just open up and swallow you, you know, or something so dramatic happens in the country, no one remembers, that tweet goes down and nobody thinks about it. I mean, what do you guys think about it? Would you ever lie knowing there's no chance this guy would see my tweet?
Na ka ile scandals juu nani alisema ametoa collab na Alsina. Alafu ikakuwa scandal tena. Octopizo. Mbona udanganye?
It's name dropping. There's so much pressure.
The interwebs is just too
There's so much pressure, but seriously, she should say her brain was hacked. If people say my account was hacked and they get away with it, she should say her brain was hacked.
Nadhani nini kitu yale alisema, nilikuwa nadhani tu labda huyu mtu alikuwa na tweet make mistake.
Kwa hivyo alidanganya. Na iko confirmed alidanganya.
So the guy subtweeted and said, wait. What is this? Where was I?
So we can comfortably say that STL means singer telling lies.
And that is Butita's opinion.
No, nimesema so we bado tujaamua.
We ni kina nani?
Tujaamua.
Kwa panel, ni panel.
STL manze usijali kwa job.
You know, she should remix it like a politician and say, I didn't mean exhibit. I meant exhibition ile atao. You know something.
I used to have rap battles at
I meant my ex.
Who was bitter?
Yes,
Yeah.
my ex called Zibit, something like that. Yeah. Me can't be busted lying like that.
Lakini wase
And
urukana.
then-
Hii dunia watu pia urukana
I know.
Mtu anakuruka life la bulikuwa gala
But we still got mad love for you still. Just
The
next time
internet
use
is
somebody
crazy.
here in Kenya that you can M-Pesa for their life.
Umesikia tulikuwa pamoja tukiwa 14.
Yeah.
Mimi angesema mimi hata kasi kukuwa na
I
yeye
know you
ningeconfirm.
from-
Manze hata ile
Hey,
angesema
Butita,
tukajua
when do you
kali ama
ever
kitu kama hiyo.
deny not being with someone?
Kuna vitu wezi kataa. TSTL asema alirap na mimi na ujinga ati when was that? No.
You're like, yes.
So I appreciate STL. Amekumbuka mali tulitoka. That's great.
Na bado bali tunaenda. Pale
Hey,
tumetoka
wait.
Yesu ni
Show inaisha kasi sijavaa hizi vitu
No,
zangu.
wait. We still have another topic. Chill. I think you don't want to have shades for this particular topic. All right. Tinasikia nakaka scarecrow. Now,
Yeah.
guys, you know all these challenges that come up on the internet and everybody goes hashtag this challenge and that challenge. This one might have gone a bit too far. So this mom was trolled for fooling her son with a dead pose challenge. Just watch this. I'm sorry, I know that was a little disturbing, but
I can't.
how do you
can't
do
say
that to your
anything.
kid?
I can't say anything. Just watching that makes me so emotional because babies cry for so many things. And it's also their sign of affection and their way to express themselves. And to abuse that with a child who doesn't know any better, who's being pure and honest with their emotions, that mom needs to be slapped upside her head. Jailed. Because that's being unfit. I don't care which kind of challenge that is. That is the most unfit mother I've ever met. Does she know the kind of trauma, psychological trauma that this baby will go through? You know, maybe now the mom will be asleep and the baby's trying to wake her up, and you know, the baby will always assume that mom is gonna die. That's just a horrible way to start a child's life. Should be bitch slapped in the middle of the road, naked, preferably.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, Butita.
Hiyo story ni sad sana, hata sitaki comment.
I know, right? I feel busy. I feel sijui how.
Unaweza spenda kuna mtu hii akili ya hivyo.
And the way the baby was crying. Oh yeah, gosh, Anita. And Trump is now president. What sad news is this?
I don't think the kid has comprehended just what that means yet. Seth, what's your take on
I
this?
think kunafaa kuwa na limits to pale unaweza peleka joke.
Yeah.
Like kuna extent fulani ufai kupita with it ataka una joke because you stuff manzeo mkidie I like na happen.
Yeah, I feel like calling my son and giving him a big old hug. Ah man, that is sad. That's horrible. Taking it way too far.
Hayo kitu ni sad sana.
Ridiculous.
Sad sana.
Butita is being tukanwad as usual on Twitter. Like, do you ever prosper on Twitter?
Yaani tena unatukana hizi vitu. Mimi siwezi kuwa na changa hivi vyote.
You're wearing the yellow shirt you wear every third Friday.
Bana, wewe unajua vizuri.
These are those shirts that kids in shags wear.
My favorite color.
High school
Wewe sisikie. My favorite color is yellow. Mimi sinunuagi kitu moja nonga dozen. 12. So
Always in bundles.
12. So hizi shati niko nazo 12.
But Sinaka, at least you're always in maroon and yellow.
Hapana bana. Wale wase wanakuaga na gari mbona zichenjingi daily?
Kuna ishi. Yeah. I was gonna shrug. This is not a school in shags, please.
No,
you can't go around wearing yellow
shirts. It is
shirts
mine and I'm proud.
And
yes.
Maroon jackets. Like we're in Marsabit.
Hey, wewe pia umekuja vibaya
So
sana.
guys are assuming that
Ni sawa, it's okay. It's okay.
black and yellow, it's alright.
Is that right?
It's okay, that's how you roll.
Ni sawa.
Kama swag imekubamba kwa kichwa yako, si ni sawa?
Yeah, what's up?
You know?
So guys are asking if Larry is at the inauguration. No, he's in Switzerland. And Rudy, don't worry guys, coming back. But thank you, I've been told I look very nice.
You look nice, Anita.
Thank you, Shani Huda, Samantha up here.
Awesome. You look very nice. Butita Bora leave. one of the leaves on Anita's gown.
Oh my days. You
of
could
them.
not just let today pass without just a little bit of shade in my direction.
Where all
Jeez.
of them? Borrow the forest.
Chani na mimi mnasema shade zangu ni mbaya, sijui koti yangu ni
Kila kitu yako ni mbaya.
Lakini roho ni poa.
nyinyi
So
Roho
guys,
ni
guys,
safi.
guys,
nyinyi tumeraba nyinyi.
since it's my first time doing this, are you guys gonna stay for the 10 p.m.? Yani, this is why hashtag 2017 new year new me hashtag new friends that I'm gonna make at 10 o'clock. We're gonna have Mercy Mara, we're gonna have Dufla, we're gonna have Gina Deal, and we're gonna have Everlast. So you better tune in. It's gonna be an absolutely amazing show, and there's gonna be performances as well. So do not go anywhere. You can take a break as we go into the news, and then we come back. I've been your host today, Atani Tendere. See you at 10. Yay!